But now we said it.
Hey guys, welcome back to But Now We Said It. We are here with a recap of the Potomac episode, the one that just aired. And Steve, what are we doing before then?
We are going to do a version of Marry, Fuck, Kill, except it's housewife, friend, fired. So basically, you pick one housewife to be full-time, one to be a friend of, and one to get axed. So, let's see. We're going to do... What cast should we go with?
Let's do Beverly Hills
You want
first.
to do Beverly Hills?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to Beverly Hills High.
And do you want it to be current, or can it be any?
Current.
Current. Okay. We'll do current. Then let's do Rinna, Denise, and Dorit. That's really hard.
Yeah, that was.
What is it like? Fuck, arrest, what?
It's gonna be housewife. One is full time.
Housewife.
One is friend, and one is fired.
Housewife, friend, fired.
Rinna, Denise, Dorit. Oh,
This is a
tough.
twofer. Okay. This
Fuck.
is a twoski.
I don't even know how.
I think I'm firing Renna.
Out of Denise and who's the other one again?
Dorit.
Yeah, sorry.
And then I think Dorit's going to be full time, and I think Denise is going to be a friend.
Oh, that's a choice.
New Wave Beverly Hills coming your way.
I just decided I'm livid with Steve for actually even asking me this.
I know.
Right, it's tough.
I mean, that is a hard one.
This is like the most difficult one.
Yeah.
I'm livid.
But now he said it.
But now he said it. Okay. All right. So that's confirmed.
Yeah,
yours?
that's my confirmed locked in answer.
Malcolm, do you have your answer ready?
Yeah, I would keep Rinna as a housewife.
You love Rinna.
I do, but I love doing
And for the record, I love
She does her job,
Renna.
kinda-
That's her job.
Maybe Denise as a friend, because I could see her more willing to lean into character and start more shit as a friend of.
Because she
than
doesn't want to
as a
show a lot of her
housewife.
life, too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Dorit fired because she can come back.
Because you know she can come back.
She will.
I could see her climbing back.
Uh-oh.
I loathe this
Yeah,
situation
Yeah,
that I'm in.
That's hard.
I need a drink.
And let the record say, I love Lisa Renna. It's just that in this
Yeah,
situation,
in this
she's
situation.
timed
It's
out.
a
She's
not-
timed out for
nobody
me.
can win in it,
Right.
so
There's no winners in
there's
this
no
game.
winners in this game. That's the best part of it.
All right. I'm going to friend of Rinna.
Okay.
Again, love her, but I guess I could see her coming in, especially if she knew she had to work hard
She'd
for
be
it
a good
too. She'd be
friend, yeah.
jumping right in. Oh God,
She's a hustler.
I'm like Denise, baby girl. My Majesty. It's hard because I think I love Denise more than anyone. I think people are like, you're tweeting about Denise a lot. I'm just like, good afternoon, Denise Richards. morning, niece. But I'm going to say for the sake of the show, just because I think especially after this season, Denise won't be willing to give it, I would fire Denise and Dorit full time.
Wow.
I love that. Because that's actually, mine is
fair.
going to be Dorit full-time, Rinna as a friend, and Denise fired.
Because kind of the same thing. You
Yeah.
don't think she'd give it to us?
Denise is not going to give us what we need. As much as we love her.
Obsessed with her.
Love. She just does not deliver. She's not made for reality TV.
It's
Right.
not. She actually, it would be great. She
She
just
could
doesn't want to do it.
Well,
yeah.
Right.
I mean, she's just not ready to put shit out there.
Right. And the appeal of her first season was that she was such a fish out of water, especially with that
Yes.
cast, that's what almost made her interesting.
And she would just get
Right.
She was
wasted
fucking
because
Denise
she had no idea what was
Richards.
going on.
And then that worked. And then when she got twisted into the drama, she doesn't want to be a part of it. And it sucks because when she actually does engage, it's so good. Like when they were in that dinner and all of a sudden she sat down angry, ready to just tear them to shreds.
Right.
She goes, I'm going to fucking tell you something. And she has her head cocked. And when she's sitting in her confessionals, slumped over with I don't give a fuck energy.
My
Yep.
favorite.
It's just
So good.
incredible.
Brandy Glanville's your
source.
It's like she smoked a pack of cigs and sipped on some scotch before she did that confessional.
Seriously.
Yeah, smoked cigs. I'm like, she smoked ketamine. All right, now we are ready to dive into the recent episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. What did you guys think? Woo.
These
Child.
women, I would say episode 3 is the best one yet out of the 3.
They're definitely on an upward climb.
I will say I didn't even watch episode 2, so episode 3 isn't a step up. I'll be complete flat out honest. I wasn't gonna watch any of it, and then I thought this is disrespectful
It
to
is.
this, to myself.
Look at this. Good for you.
So
watching.
what I did is before I came, when I did say I was late, I was like,
Stop it.
So I still didn't have enough time to finish though, but I was most of the way through. I think I got what I needed. And also I'm always seeing clips on social. Like most of what I saw, I had already seen on social the week
Fair,
before.
fair.
That's always what it is. I see all the important parts. So when I tell people even like, oh, I'm not watching this, I'm always aware of what's happening because the prominent clips play out too much on social media.
Do you watch the other shows in the same way that you watch Potomac?
No, I don't really. So the only thing that I watch on Bravo right now is I dipped out in New York. I watch Beverly Hills, like I watch it fully, and then the way I just did the Potomac, and that's it.
Crazy. But I mean, what I loved about this episode is it kicked off with that audio recording. That was like,
Well, it finished off the fight.
right at that
which-
dinner.
The dinner fight, like it to me was incredible because if you remember, Candiace had this live at the beginning of the week
Right.
where she outed that all of the women were plotting at Andy Cohen's baby shower.
I'm just laughing because it's so messy.
It's
not
so
because-
messy. So they were all plotting at Andy Cohen's baby shower, allegedly. And they were going to bring up this rumor that Charisse had of Chase was not
So
Monique's,
fucked up.
or was not Chris's child, which is so fucked up.
Yeah.
But they ended up saying, allegedly, Candiace said, oh, that's not going to work. So I think the trainer ended up being the rumor. But anywho, fast forward to this episode, there you see Candiace this whole time talking about, I didn't realize your beef was so deep. And the rest of all of them are like,
Who said
what? Like all
Right.
confused. And it's just so rich seeing all of this because it's like everyone knew.
Right. And back on like the audio, it's just that the housewives breaking the fourth wall is
Yeah.
like the new
best.
drama, right? And when you hear Candiace like, don't touch
Touch
me,
me.
don't touch me, and like get aggressive, it's like,
It gave me Tamara Kelly vibes from season 11. Ireland.
yes,
Yes.
very that.
You know, I will say too, I didn't like. I think you guys were all sending it in the text, like the drama with the lives and all that. I didn't look at any of it. I had no idea what any of it was about. Now it's juicier than I thought.
It is
and
Oh,
now,
yeah.
and now after watching the episode right before we did this, now this is all making a little more sense. And it is juicy, and it is. So I'll say this: Candy is for sure. Why did I call her Candy?
She's like Candy Gal.
Wow, I know, but I don't want. I don't. That's
Like,
not,
my girl
that's-
Candy.
That's not happening for her. Candiace is the Kenya.
Yup.
But I'll tell you so, and
But-
Kenya is somebody that tries so hard and is a necessary, like, aggressive villain. But when you're trying to emulate an aggressive villain, it can be a bit much. But I'm still super into it. Like I said,
Right.
she's
I
bringing it
think
so much.
Candiace is so delusional, and I love Candiace for the record, but I
too, I
think
love.
she thinks she's in the right. Whereas
She is
insane.
Kenya,
Yeah.
Kenya's,
You're right, she's
Kenya's
insane.
like, I'm fucking this hair care party up. You know what I mean? Like,
1000%.
whereas Candiace is like, I'm Miss America's sweetheart. She doesn't think she's in the wrong at all.
She's like, I've genuinely done nothing on there like Candace. Like, you threw a knife. She's like,
She walked in. She walked into my knife.
Yeah.
Like Wendy's face when she found it out, she was like, because she had no idea that was coming.
Yeah, but so starting with that dinner that had transpired from episode 2, which I didn't watch, which I was like, we only need the tail end. I liked that for a second. We got Monique and Candiace like start something really quickly, and then
Yeah.
obviously we saw it transpire after. But like when they just jumped at it for a second, both of them got
Come on, baby girl.
they both got
Right.
I was
like they loathe each other, and it came out so quickly.
Yup.
They're both waiting for the other to like try them, essentially.
I don't know about
Yeah,
you guys, but
yeah.
I feel like to me when I'm watching them go back at each other, I also feel like I can see how hurt they are over their friendship.
Yeah, there's a lot of
You know what I
pain
mean?
there.
Like
right.
it's not just like that they loathe. It's more like they loathe what has happened, and they're both just so hurt.
Yup.
What's that saying? Like hurt people, hurt,
Hurt people.
people.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this: it feels good for me though.
I mean, it's
I'm
amazing
feeling
to watch.
good.
And I think, I mean, the come on baby girl like egging her on, and then
Right.
the whole table went at Candiace. I mean, I was living.
Now, speaking of baby girl, my coffee and TV gal, or what is it called again?
Coffee.
Coffee and
and
love. Sorry,
Love.
Coffee and Love. Ashley Darby, guys. I know I called her Ashley Roller Darby and all this stuff before. I actually feel really badly for her.
Why?
I thought you were about to say you
Oh.
started.
Yeah, I'm
Stand
like-
her.
Wait,
Oh
why?
God, no.
Why?
Because she's like clearly in a very depressed cocoon, and like I'm just seeing this like really fragile person. and-
Chosen. It was all chosen. She wasn't
No, and I agree. So I agree,
What?
but like
What
as
was
far as
chosen?
choosing him and stuff, but
Ashley's situation.
but the postpartum aspect,
Oh,
you don't
postpartum's
choose
not
choose to be like postpartumly
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
depressed, like that type of
Oh.
thing. And I just saw like kind of a different person, and I was like, guys, I was, shortly before this, feeling bad for Ashley Darby. I was surprised.
We've talked about this. I feel like
Yeah.
she's getting this good, like she's always been the messy one, and
Right.
we're now seeing a different side of her.
She has
Yes.
new energy, and her husband's about to fuck it all the way up.
So speaking of the husband too, that child is actually so cute, but
It's
he
so
looks
cute.
exactly
Exactly
like
like
him.
him.
I'm almost like kind of frightened.
oh my god, who
Speaking
said
of
that?
that, I was gonna say this is one of. I feel like
Wait.
Candiace cuts so deep.
Yeah.
When
What did she
said,
say?
Let's talk about Dean. Let's talk
Right.
about when is he gonna start looking like you? And it's like, oh, like you really
That's
go for
bad,
the
yeah.
jugular, girl. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't know the line.
And I wasn't talking about it with the kid. I was just saying like
Oh no,
when
no,
when I say frightened, I mean because it looks so much like him, and I think Michael's awful. So I'm just like, oh, Michael. I see him and I'm like, Michael.
It's like another remind-
Not
Mi-
frightened like I am of Aneal's cat. I'm frightened of Aneal's cat.
Aneal's cat.
That's-
First of all, the coffee drinking.
Yeah,
That's all.
he
drinks
just drinks.
coffee?
He just drinks whatever I drink.
Oh,
Out
it
the
makes perfect
tub.
sense.
Right.
Fucking cat.
I love him.
Oh, God.
How did we get on?
Sorry. Ashley Darby role. Yeah.
Right. Well, speaking of pets, we have one of the biggest feuds in Potomac history:
Shit, I need.
T'Challa
T'Challa.
versus Karen.
Speaking of, sorry, I'm gonna have to step away for 1 minute.
Right.
Wait, what's happening?
T'Challa's here.
T'Challa.
I forgot T'Challa was here.
Oh, so we had to make sure he's there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna
Sorry, guys.
fuck
Okay,
him
so-
up in a few minutes, but just wait. You know,
This is actually T'Chapa, as Karen calls him.
does she say that?
Yeah.
Her staring at that bird, I will watch for hours. I
She
think
was
literally
like-
the hug to the side.
She's like a vampire that like, can't enter someone's
It
home.
is
Like,
me.
Right.
It is me with your cat.
what?
It is me with your hairless
Yeah,
cat.
you are Karen Huger, and T'Challa's the cat.
It is the guys. I'm telling you, I can't even I won't even enter his home if that cat is.
The cat is so cool.
Yeah, I get it,
It's
guys.
like Grandma Wrinkles, but like way cooler.
Something like that. But
He's like sweating just thinking
it's
about it.
so. I think it's my family. My family, we don't like hairless cats.
It runs
so
in your blood.
it's just like a genetic
'Cause you see
thing.
so many hairless cats all the time, right?
Yeah, it's a genetic thing. But
Austin Powers like scarred.
maybe
Yeah.
that's what it
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Maybe that's what it was.
We love the movie. It's an Epstein family fave. Giselle, we were talking about being messy, and you know what I realized is that Giselle thinks she's Sheree. She thinks she's Sheree, and she thinks she's a bone collector, but like, she thinks she's being funny about it, and like
Right.
she's. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
She
What's-
is the villain.
I was
to
gonna
me.
say, like, for someone who has so many, skeletons in her closet, she's the one being the.
She doesn't have a
messiest.
closet. It's not built.
And it's gonna be ugly by the time she
Yeah.
gets done with it.
No, she's not a bone collector. She's a scrap metal collector, and she's selling that scrap metal for 20 cents to pay for new tires on her fucking
Right.
Fiat. Used tires.
Or to charter that dinner cruise.
I mean, she's.
Oh,
it's really.
that was so awkward
It's
to watch.
season 5. The financially, I can't watch that. She's got to step that up.
Can we-
That house is really
And
tough.
the
For her.
I
back-
was when they were going on that cruise when they had to take the Duffy to like a ship for a second because it's Giselle. I believed she rented a Duffy and thought it was like luxury, but I was very relieved.
And when the dad gives them a restaurant and they're 12 and poor Giselle on her birthday got nothing.
The
Wait, what?
restaurant is in bankruptcy, probably.
Wait. So somebody gifted who a what?
So the
Oh.
dad gifted the children like shares in this restaurant in Atlanta at Giselle's birthday where she got nothing.
Oh, I didn't catch on to that.
Honestly, I didn't think about the fact that she didn't get anything.
It was so odd because it was him trying to be like, I'm such a good dad on camera. I bought you a restaurant.
Well, one, we
plot.
saw that like that is not adding up because they were quote unquote scared by this car that had like their shares. Right. I was like,
Right.
because they've never done anything like this before. AKA show
Totally.
up to your mom's birthday.
was this
The
at the?
fact that they're basically giving away the fact that it's not real, right?
Yeah, they're not the best actors
They're
at all.
Was this
in-
at the Parent Trap dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
On the boat.
I believe that's where I got cut off.
You were probably double tapping that 30-second
I
fast
was like, hurry
forward.
the fuck up. I know where I'm like, you guys like, get here. I'm like, fuck.
But also to have like a human
Also, my
moment
ribs
with
broke.
that, like that just shows like how, what do you call it? Like not mature we are at that age because like they get like a
Oh,
shares in a
totally.
restaurant. I'm like, oh, Dad. I'm like, if you give me a shared restaurant, I'm like, future, success, 20 years, let's fucking go. So,
They just wanted Nicki Minaj tickets.
That's all they wanted.
I did see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe I dipped in and out.
and they don't want their parents together.
Right.
I told you before, this sounds terrible, but they hate their mother.
Yeah, they wanted to throw them both off board. And
Guys,
just,
I think I
like-
cracked a rib.
It's like what
just now?
Something happened.
Giselle does.
I don't know
that
about the
too.
something did what?
Giselle will do that to you.
Oh yeah. Ow. No, something is painful.
Should we take a break? or
No,
you
we're
good?
gonna keep going. 'Cause
Okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
power through, but I'm just making sure that everybody knows that I am in like a level 8 of pain.
Oh, God.
wow.
It's okay though.
I just think
On a positive note, not Giselle, fucking Dr. Wendy, everything and more.
And so I received my bachelor's degree in political science. I have my master of arts in government. I have my master's of science in public policy. And I have my PhD in community development, public affairs. I am also a professor at Johns Hopkins University where I teach education and policy, not to mention, I'm also a political commentator.
I love her.
potential with credentials.
Her like full
Okay.
When she goes down her resume and then just swipes her shoulder,
Slight work.
I was
I
like,
was like,
When she said
obsessed.
slight work, I love that.
Obsessed.
Wait, you know what remind me of at work hard at our workouts, shout out workout, and they go, light, this is light work, this is light work.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, so when she said that, I was like, slight work, slight
Light
work. I was doing a burpee.
Sorry.
and
What
then
an
when she
intro.
like went in on like Trump and Melania, I was like, this is gonna be a whole new level. Like they don't usually dive too much into politics
Right.
on Housewives, but
I
that's
love
her
when they
like
do.
career. So
They
there's
have
gonna
to.
be a lot of politics going on. I feel like this season.
As it should.
As it
Given
should.
the world that it
Totally.
is.
So here's
And
my
you
question.
better be on the right side of history.
Always. My question is this. I'm kind of like, if she is all these things, like, why would she do the show? Is it because she wants a platform to actually change things?
Yeah.
Probably.
She must be like actually wanting to do it for good. Because I'm like, nobody with all of that wants to like go be messy on a show.
Right.
Totally.
She
Yeah.
probably like has all those things, but is just looking for an outlet to like excel.
And I mean, I do think, like you said, though, I think this gives her a platform to really push other issues and stuff to the forefront that maybe she can't on Fox News.
I want her pushing issues, but also people.
Right.
Oh.
Physically.
I also think her booking fee is going to go up. Like these networks now, she
Her
becomes
booking fee.
no, but for real, she becomes a hot commodity on these because she goes back and forth with CNN, Fox
Yeah.
News. She pops up in different guest roles. But now that she's a Real Housewife,
Have you
she-
guys ever seen her on anything before?
I
Yes.
have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I love that she's in the Zoom that we were all in with them. I love that she said, employed by Hopkins tentatively or something
Right,
like that.
on
Like, we'll see what happens after the show.
Wait,
Like,
was she there on the Zoom?
Yeah.
oh, girl.
Were you
Oh,
in this?
Lord.
You were probably putting sunscreen or bug
I was
spray
taking
on.
photos of you
Yeah.
getting up in the middle of the Zoom
Folding
and just
laundry. Like,
No, remember I told you I was on a customer service call. I was
Right.
livid. I was screaming. Yeah.
Jeff hates Potomac.
No, I was not. I just like I
You just
didn't-
can't give it your full attention.
No.
ever.
When
You know,
it's the one giving us the
no,
most.
and I realized that what I said before was on the Potomac. We had to scrap one of our Potomac recaps because all I did was trash it.
It was
oh my god, Maria.
mortifying.
So what I did say though that we could have that I wish was left in was about the JV varsity thing. It's always Jesus Christ, Steve. I'm just kidding. Like, she
Cheers.
that's a delicious sound. Is that it always seems JV to a varsity franchise, and that's how I always think of Dallas as well. So it's almost like even though I recognize that this JV squad is performing better than varsity, it's still JV in my eyes. It's tough. Like I remember even last season, when the knife dinner table happened, like I was with this boyfriend at the time, and I was like, you gotta watch this, like this is crazy. So like I got excited, but even he was just like, there's just something. And so like I said, I'm into it. I was entertained with what I just watched, but there's just a thing. And I told you that I don't like that city,
What?
like physically, like
I will agree
geographically.
with you on. I do see it as the JV just because of its time frame.
yes.
It's not at all on their
no
performance.
performances. Like I said,
But
their
yes,
performance is
because-
above.
But at some
Yeah.
level, you become varsity. Like, we all did high school.
It's
like
just
after
weird because it's like not considered an OG franchise.
Right.
And
They took such a long break before
Yeah.
they finally added a new because DC and Miami were canceled.
yeah, and the
They're
other ones
like-
came like one
So-
after another, so then it's easier.
So then I don't want to hear from now until the future. I don't want us to praise Dallas as varsity or Salt Lake City. Not that
Oh,
you have.
we never
I'm
said
just
varsity.
saying,
Oh.
just like
Dallas has never been
just
varsity,
setting
or
the standard.
Dallas has never been varsity.
Yeah, and I have
know, I'm
I
saying.
have my same trepidations with Salt Lake City. I'm like,
Oh, I
it's
think
gonna
Salt
be-
Lake's gonna be
No,
amazing.
me too. But I'm just saying, as far as looking at it through that JV lens.
Yeah.
Well, I almost think it's gonna be an even different one from Dallas and
I
Potomac.
actually, I remember when I heard about Dallas and Potomac, I was livid. I was like, I don't like change. I don't want new stuff. I was like, no, I don't want this. Salt Lake City, and I think some people were so confused. They're thinking like Mormon stuff. My mind never went there.
Neither did I.
Mine went fucking money, and they're these hot, slutty, ruthless,
Cousin
little,
fucking.
Oh my God.
whatever it be.
Don't blame me. Blame
Just
the city.
they're almost like the ruthless hot girls of West Hollywood that like marry into money in a film and then go there.
That cast is smoking.
Oh, it's so-
they're
yeah, they're-
so hot.
Yeah,
And the fact that I think they're gonna have 8 housewives. Like that was not the original.
I love a
agreement.
stack
Just
cast.
like
Yeah.
their
Yes.
polygamy.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Listen, I'm actually happy to watch a little sister wives sprinkle on there.
Yeah, fair.
I
Yeah.
mean, we will get something.
It's a new twist
Yeah.
on Housewives.
Miss Mary.
But going back to
We'll
Potomac.
never see them like at nighttime because they have to be indoors by 7 p.m.
what?
Mormons?
Yeah,
I don't
everything
think
closes
so.
in Salt Lake at like 8 p.m.
No, I had a Mormon friend, or I mean a few. I was sorry.
It's true.
I've been around that. No,
Oh, I've had a Mormon friend.
I've been around that lifestyle,
Right.
and I've never heard of that.
Well, speaking of lifestyles and choices, Ashley Darby throws her baby shower in her apartment.
Yes.
It's not a baby shower; it's a sip and see. Fuck a sip and see. I've never even heard of this shit.
Only
until,
from
like,
Megan.
Housewives.
Only from Megan King.
Only from
Edmonds.
Megan
That's
King
a
and
southern thing. Like
Right.
Phaedra had a sip and see, I think.
Right. I only know about it from Housewives.
Remember,
We're not
Vicky's
doing.
like, "What is sip and see? What? The baby's there. What?" Like,
But everybody shows up at Wendy, which kind of makes sense. They're not the least connected.
Wendy's there.
Is Wendy there?
Yeah,
Who
girl.
doesn't show up?
okay, so
She
now we're
doesn't
thinking.
speak,
I didn't
but she's
realize Wendy
there.
was on the Zoom. You didn't realize Wendy was there. Wendy,
She was
make
sitting
your
next to
presence
Monique.
known.
She said, Monique is not your friend.
Right,
girl."
right. You're
Yeah.
right. But we have almost 3 feuds. The first is Charisse versus Monique, then Ashley versus Candiace,
That was like
and
1
then
second.
Monique versus Charisse. Did I already say that one?
You already said that one.
Candiace versus Ashley, Candiace versus Monique, Monique versus Charisse. Those are the 3 feuds that happen.
So let's
Right?
start with the first one I got. Ashley versus Candiace, which I have to give Ashley Darby the most props in this
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
She's breastfeeding her baby and stirring up shit, and I lived for it. She literally finishes up saying, "We're talking shit about you," and then puts her son's mouth on her titty. Like it was everything.
No, guys, I'm into Ms. Darby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I wouldn't
are.
say I'm in, but like I'm lighting my tone. You
We
should
tried
that,
to tell you.
the episode that we trashed. I trashed her.
You really did.
Yeah.
Not that it like matters, but like for me, I don't think it's stirring up shit when like you're talking about what's actually happening.
sorry,
But,
that's-
I personally love that.
She wasn't stirring. I guess she basically like dropped a bomb out of
Yeah.
nowhere while like breastfeeding her child, which was amazing.
I guess I say it in the sense that like Candiace will react negatively, as any of those housewives, for just like bringing it up. But then I'm just like, as a viewer, as a person, like, isn't that how you would want to hear about it? Then like a week later from like Miss Word on the Street, who's fucking.
That's-
Definitely not from Miss Word on the Street in her fucking Fiat.
We're really over her house and her feet.
It's really like I
I
said.
can't believe we have to look at it all season. All of them. Like
It's-
their house, the confessionals, the car.
The
It's,
printed dresses,
Oh.
It's,
tag
and then
teamed
we
with
had and then
Robyn.
we still had people
If you
working
can't
on it
tell, we don't
outside
know
in the
Gizelle.
front. And no, you know what's frustrating too is that
Ew.
that was hot.
my apologies. Yeah, is that a lot of people on Twitter and things like that? They're almost just so fooled by Gizelle. She's one of those housewives that like
Totally.
that fools you into thinking like, oh my god, this girl's amazing, and it's like I don't. Like,
It's 'cause she's
how are
pretty.
people are? I'm like, why are people so dumb? No,
Yeah.
that was mean.
I feel like we're all gonna fight, but I've turned around and I fully love Giselle now.
Please tell us what you love about
Please
Giselle.
give me
I am
one
curious.
redeemable
Because
thing about her.
she is the villain. Like, okay, if you look at Candiace and Monique, you can argue the feud back and forth depending on who you are a part of. But Giselle consistently from season 1 has been the bully villain.
See, season 1, I was team
Amazing.
Giselle.
I don't know. I just turned around on Giselle. I will drive in the Fiat with her. I'm painting my wall pink. It is happening.
I'm like, you can be the bully, but like when it comes back to you, just handle your shit.
I think that's the thing is like she has so much shit that could come out or probably will come out, and she'll probably try to deny or like try to dance around it. But she puts everyone else's bullshit out there.
Well, you know what? She is a first lady. This is the will of Jesus, and she's doing what she needs to do.
That's not mine. My
First lady,
issue.
along with all of his other first ladies.
Oh,
and
Lord.
My
men.
issue.
Allegedly.
My issue with Gizelle is just that she tries so incredibly hard. It's very transparent.
Well, but I love it, you know?
But you also like Teddy Mellencamp, so shut the fuck
Right.
up.
Teddy Mellencamp. But Robyn Dixon and Gizelle as a duo sitting there in their combating prince is like, this is what you're
Yin
watching.
and yang.
That was-
One's awake, one's asleep.
Exactly. The green-eyed bandits. I live for them.
I do.
I do like
They
them
are
as a
like
duo.
frickin' frack of their
Yeah,
own
exactly.
generation.
They're a fun duo, but again, just Gizelle on her own to me.
Well, you guys know I love my ambient queen.
Ambient.
Never not overserved at the methadone clinic.
I will say though, the one time I was on Giselle's side was at that BravoCon snippet where Giselle and Ramona had to go up
Yes.
against each other, and
Amazing.
Ramona could just not like
Get it
own her
together.
shit. If you want to articulate what happened for our followers,
Basically, so Ramona and Giselle were at, I think, Jill Zarin's like lunch in the Hamptons. They were getting a picture together. Ramona asked Giselle to get out of
Just
the
no,
picture.
just the two of us.
Just the two of us because, well, we all can
wanna do it.
infer why.
But yeah.
And then, so basically it got word out on the interwebs. Everyone was dragging. So then at BravoCon's Watch What Happens Live, there was like a feud, settle the feud, and it was Ramona versus Giselle.
But like,
Iconic.
but Ramona was like drowning, but also just like, I
She
don't
also
care
didn't
about
give
this.
a
She's also
fuck.
like, I don't care about this. She's like, who?
She really didn't.
Literally like you three don't give zero fucks about Giselle. She
I-
literally could
Nah.
not
Yeah,
care.
same.
zero,
It would
zero,
be fine
zero.
with her.
Us
Done.
three and
Ask
Ramona
Erica
all
Jane.
don't know Giselle's last name.
Like,
Like,
I
actually,
every
what is
time
Giselle's
show
last
would
name?
be fine
Brian.
without
Brian or
Listen,
Bryant?
Bryant.
Like
It
every
would have a
time
T. That was
I
me.
have a negative thought about Giselle, I just hear in my head, how many fucks do I give? How many fucks do I give?
You don't hear
Shit.
Coffee
How many?
and Love?
Not one. Zero.
Guys,
Zero.
I haven't heard
Do you guys
anything
not
but
know
Coffee
who
and Love for
sings
a
that?
minute.
No, we do. Erica
Okay.
Jane.
Erica Jane.
Just making sure we're all in brand here.
Not aware that Erica sings that.
Was there anything else? Any other highlights?
Yeah, so then let's get into
Charisse versus Monique. Monique walks away. She had a podcast to record, which whether that was true or not.
one. It was true.
Okay, perfect.
But second of all, I think a lot of people are getting on Monique's case on like, oh, because Robyn said you're doing the same thing that you told Candiace not to do. Here's the difference. Monique, A, knows the shit that Charisse was spreading,
Right.
like all of that, and B, Charisse isn't paid to be on the show.
Right. She doesn't
I'm
need
not
to be
gonna
there.
stay around. She's not getting paid. I'm here to like talk to all of these other bitches that are getting paid. I don't need to stay and talk to this one that's spreading all these like rumors about my family.
And this is the thing too, is that what I don't like about this, and they almost did this with Beverly Hills too, is they're putting so much on the friend, on Brandy, and on Charisse. Like if all your hoes are getting a check, bring it up at the baby shower to her face, and let's get this going. You know?
What do you mean hoes?
And then the other thing about that was like, again, Giselle's saying like, so what's your beef? What's your beef? And now knowing that like they knew all of this shit, it's just wild watching that now with a new lens.
Isn't
Right.
it also because Charisse is rumoredly trying to get back on the show?
Totally.
So if they like divulge into this conspiracy that she's bringing, then that's giving Charisse that opportunity because the fans or viewers will be like, well, I want to hear what Charisse has to say. Bring her
Well,
back.
it feels the same thing as how Brandy's trying to get back in the show. It's
Yep.
the same type of thing as them coming in and dropping off and whatever.
So
it
I
feels Jill
support-
Zarin ask like,
But
so
what
I
Charisse is like-
understand not wanting to like air this has-been's like shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right,
I
but
don't
it's
want
also interesting to see when Charisse, she talks a big game, but then when the camera's on her and she has the mic, she says nothing.
It's very Emily Simpson. She gives me Emily Simpson vibes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say that? Like give
Because
me-
Emily, it's always huge to talk in her
like social
Confessional.
media,
yeah, and social media and her
confessionals.
confessionals.
Right.
That's so
To the face,
true.
nothing. That's why when everybody last season was like, "Where
She just-
Emily stands now," and I was just like, first of all, stop using that word. Second of all, all it was is because of things that she had in her confessional, which I admit, like when she said thing about Vicky, like let's talk shit about her, whatever.
Yeah.
But, like,
Her
yeah,
character- 'cause
Yeah, she goes, "Let's
sucks.
not attack her looks, let's attack her character because that sucks." Like I
That
agree,
was
but to
iconic.
their faces, that girl didn't do squat. And
Fair.
same thing with
That's
Charisse.
a fair assessment. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, the episode then kind of wraps up with Candiace and Ash.
Ashley.
And do you think this is
Big
like a
let-
Coffee and love,
big,
baby.
Big let down.
Do you think it was like a band-aid solution, or
I
do you think it's gonna?
Well,
last?
I just also that's another interesting thing where Candiace has been like, we're gonna talk one-on-one. We're gonna talk one-on-one, and I'll apologize. And then they get to the one-on-one, and again, she can't apologize.
Right.
She's like, let's just do it another time. Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Do it. Because
Candiace,
you know you're wrong.
why?
Do you
Literally
know-
because you want time to like think and construct your little fucking lie.
Exactly.
Ooh, I hate her.
I don't know. I think
Which one?
Candiace.
the other thing
Well,
with
both,
Candiace
but,
is
like-
like when we're saying comparing her to Kenya actually has fans, so she can actually
Right.
be as
That's like,
as terrible as she wants to be because
Fair.
so many people are fans of her. Candiace struggles to get a one.
what
fan.
Don't you
Candace's
have more
mistake
followers
is
than her?
Candace.
Not now.
The mistake.
I was approaching it though.
The issue is that Candace was too much of a venomous villain, aggressive
Yes.
from the start. She should have gained a fan base first
Right.
and then done that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I feel bad for her in a sense, even if she does it to herself, but I just feel like everyone's like, actually, I don't feel bad for her.
I don't feel
Yeah.
bad for her.
I don't know why I just said
she
that.
shoots herself in
Yeah.
the foot.
Who's telling her that she's correct? Is it her husband? Because I feel
No.
like he
Herself.
would.
Wait, guys. Speaking
her
of, I'm
mom,
sorry.
probably.
Speaking of the
I
husband.
think those are the two people that would tell her she's incorrect.
Speaking of the husband, sorry.
Let's talk about the husband.
Let's talk about the husband. I love the.
Let's talk about what you don't want out.
I did not know that he has 3 kids from 2 previous relationships.
Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Papa was a Rolling
And I was like,
Stone.
what? And then for her, Candy to be like, Candy's like, yeah. Sorry.
Candy,
sorry.
where are you
Candace.
getting
Candace. For her to be like, oh yeah, like I realized I love being a bonus mom when I realized like it's just so great to be able to pick out clothes for a little girl. And I'm like, that's what you took from this?
Right.
I was like, oh no, you're making yourself look very bad.
Yeah. I'm.
Yeah.
You know what I will give her though?
Her looks.
I love her looks are insanely
Right.
incredible.
A plus.
And just the way she speaks, just like
And you know me, I hate the way a lot of people speak. I love the way
she
speaks eloquently. It's strong, everything's
Mhm.
aggressive, everything's
Yeah.
enunciated.
like, she's one of the best speakers of all
It
housewives.
does not matter. Actually,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
she's
very articulate.
Powerful,
But she
articulate.
does like to make words up, like plotation.
But I love that. I love
That's
making words up.
technically correct in the English language.
For-
It's called-
Plotation?
it's called borrowing. No,
Oh.
just
Oh.
making words up.
Oh.
Learn it in
Oh,
linguistics.
it's a Teresa Giudice playbook of like making up words. I'm all here for that.
What is a concubine?
Like a slut.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that montage.
I
dude,
love
was incredible.
Wow.
A
Chef's kiss.
plus.
Concubine. It was
Called
like
Michael an overseer. Like what the?
Wait, but I don't get why this is insult. Is it a slave reference, like overseer? Okay, then that's fucked up. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I mean,
I was- yeah.
She called it a bed wench. That's also a reference to.
Ooh,
Oh, really?
that's
Yes.
dirty.
no, she cuts
Yeah.
really like
Yeah.
she's.
She cuts so.
Do you think
fucking-
she's like so hyper focused on finding like the zinger, but like it just automatically
Yeah,
goes to
she-
this dark
think-
Yeah,
place?
she doesn't
Yeah.
know how to.
I
and
think
I have
she
that in common.
gets like, if something sets her off, she'll just get into like whatever like that mode. I'm going to attack, and she doesn't care what it's going to be that comes out of her mouth.
And
Yeah.
these women have studied. Like I can see it right now. She's watching Atlanta and she loves Phaedra and Kenya. So she thinks she's being like them. But what Kenya and Phaedra do in their confessionals is an art.
Yes.
Like they dance to that
Mhm.
line and they're still making you laugh. She just fucking jumps
Jumps
over that
over the
line,
line.
throws
Agree,
a knife. Like
agree.
it's
There's
just
no
too much.
comedic value whatsoever.
Right.
And a lot of that is from her mother.
I bet you she's.
Dorothy.
I bet you she doesn't watch herself. I bet you she cringes at like the sight
Oh,
of
no,
herself,
she-
and then
I bet
just.
you she watches
She
herself. and
watches.
she
100%.
Then you would
thrives.
expect like a little improvement.
No.
I think there's a lot of narcissism there.
So I mean, any final thoughts on the Real Housewives of Potomac?
T'Challa versus Karen will be the best Housewives
Forever.
feud out of all Housewives feuds.
Do we know how soon the feud is? Is it
the
mid-season or
fight
at the
fight?
end?
I'm sorry.
Episode 8 is my guess.
Oh.
I'm still going with Lydia's mom on the couch. Is the best feud. 100% best feud.
That was pretty good.
Right.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, comment, like, send us money,
And tell us
Um,
and tell us more
Give us
of what you
feedback.
want to see.
yeah.
Yeah, like be aggressive. Like just read us.
Well,
well,
'cause-
don't actually. Not.
So-
but I meant be aggressive. Not aggressive, but
Give us honest
Give
feedback.
honest
That's it.
feedback.
honest
Feel free
feedback.
to DM us.
Don't be a troll, but be constructive.
Yeah.